Hello everyone, today we'll be playing a game many of you have probably already heard of or played before. The game we'll be demonstrating today is called Freeze Tag, similar to tag but with minor differences.
Before starting, it is important to note the safety of all of the players is crucial and that everyone is having fun. Proper footwear must be worn to avoid injuries, and 10 to 15-minute breaks are optional after each round. Ways to ensure the safety of those who are playing are stretching your entire body. Basic stretches, which involve shoulder stretches and calf stretches, will do just fine. Second step would be to make sure you have a safe and open environment. Examples are parks or fields with grass, anywhere away from parking lots, and open road. The third step is staying hydrated. Having bottled water will help anyone who is dehydrated. And the last step is being in a good and playful mood to make sure everyone has fun. You don't want to ruin everyone's fun by being negative or upset. The first step of freeze tag is deciding who will be it, or the tagger, for the round. This can be done with rock, paper, scissors, a game of guessing numbers, or anything that the group sees as a good way of deciding this. Next, the group can determine how the runners win in any criteria they like, whether it be if anyone is still unfrozen after a certain amount of time, if the tagger steps out of play area, or if the tagger gives up. Now, this set of instructions are for those who are it. Count out loud anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds to allow the runners a chance to make a little distance. Then, you'd want to chase down and tag a runner. After you have tagged your first runner, repeat this step until you've tagged every unfrozen runner. Note, if a frozen runner becomes unfrozen, you will need to tag and freeze them again. Up next are rules for those who aren't it must follow. While the tagger is counting, run away from them anywhere within the play area. Now that the tagger has begun chasing, avoid getting tagged. If you do get tagged, you are now frozen. Stand or sit in place while waiting to be unfrozen. You can unfreeze your teammates by tagging them. If the tagger manages to tag and freeze everyone with nobody left unfrozen, they win.
Some extra tips and tricks for staying safe during the game. Firstly, make sure nobody is wearing a backpack or has stray stuff in their pockets, like their phones or wallets. This is super important because not only could any of these things make the game a bit more dangerous to play, but it can also put anything in loose pockets at risk of getting lost, broken, or stolen should they slip out of someone's pocket while they're running. Nextly, be as aware as possible of your surroundings before and during play. This is even more important when there isn't an adult around in the area who's watching over the group. If it ends up getting dark, make sure you play in a well-lit area, or are wearing highly reflective clothing that should be available to you. Otherwise, it may be best to save this game for when and where there is more light available to make sure nobody in or out of the game will have trouble seeing anyone. When you're frozen and you find yourself exhausted from running, it's perfectly fine to sit down to catch your breath. But if you do decide to do this, keep your legs crossed or close to your body in general. This is mainly to avoid tripping someone on accident, as it is much more likely to happen if your legs are out and extended. Playing on an empty stomach stinks. Obviously, you wouldn't want to run around and play this game right after eating a heavy lunch or dinner, but it's generally a good idea to eat at least a little something before the game. It also might be a good idea to bring snacks and water with you for in between the games. This is important just in case you find yourself with a growling stomach or feeling lightheaded or nauseous. Something nobody wants to have happen to them in the middle of a game is getting injured with a cut knee or maybe even worse. It can't be stated enough how much it helps to have bandages, disinfectants, and other first aid items nearby or with you when playing. And if something happens that first aid alone can't fix, find and tell a trusted adult immediately. Finally, it's important to watch out for signs of fatigue, like getting overly tired or getting cramps. Stretch ahead of time and hydrate to avoid getting cramps. And if it still happens despite that, or you find yourself getting tired anyways, it's okay. Just give yourself a break. That way you can recover, catch your breath, and prepare to jump back into the game.
This concludes our guide on how to play freeze tag. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have fun in the future and that you show your friends the basics on how to play freeze tag.